What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an AI agent that generates biographies by creating a simple workflow in N10. Let's get started. In N10, I've created a workflow that I've renamed to Biography AI Agent Generator. Here's where we're going to build our workflow. So the first step, we're going to add a trigger. For the trigger, I'm going to use an on-form submission trigger. And here, I'm going to add the title, description, and elements to a form. Our form title could be on the lines of tell us about yourself and get a custom written bio. The description of the form could be on the lines of fill out the form below with a few key details. And our AI powered biography writer will craft a unique, engaging, and professional bio tailored just for you. Here we're adding a bunch of form elements. So our agent can generate for us our bio. So for the elements, we're adding name, profession, achievements and accomplishments, an education degree, interests, and the tone that we'd like to use as we generate our bio. So to fill out our form, I'll click on execute step right here. And this is a form where we are going to submit our information so we can generate our biography. Here's our title, and our description right here. Then we added our name, profession, achievements, a degree, interests, and the tone that we'd like to use as we generate our biography. And here, click on submit. You can see that our form was submitted. Here, you can see we captured our submission over here, captured our name, profession, achievements, degree, interest, and the tone that we'd like to use as we generate our bio. So here, I'll click on back to Canvas, and we can pin this data so we can use it as we set up our workflow. Now, the next thing that we're going to do here is we can wait a few seconds to generate our biography. So I'll search for the wait node. Can wait, let's say 30 seconds. Click on back to Canvas. I'll rename this to wait 30 seconds. And click on rename. Now we can proceed to generate our biography. To generate our biography, I'm going to use an AI agent. So in AI, I'm going to click on AI agent. Here, I'm going to choose to define below and add the system prompt right here. Here, I'll click on expression, expand it right here so you can preview the prompt. Prompt could be on the lines of you're a world-class biography writer known for crafting compelling, personalized, and emotionally resonant profiles. You'll receive detailed information about a person, including their background, profession, accomplishments, education, values, and interests. And then here, I'll add option to add a system message. And then here, click on expression, expand it right here so we can add the system message right here. Here, I'll execute previous nodes. And then here, I'll expand the system message right here. The system message will be on the lines of your task is to transform this information into a unique, vivid, and engaging 1,000-word biography written in a clear, confident, and human tone. You are encouraged to be creative in how you connect the dots and tell the story using storytelling techniques to bring the person's journey to life. The biography should reflect the subject's personality, tone, and highlight what makes them distinct or inspiring. Avoid cliches and generic language. Every bio you write must feel custom and tailored. Use strong narrative structure, natural language, and if appropriate, a warm or confident voice. Format the biography in paragraph form unless told otherwise. Aim for authenticity, insights, and clarity. Then here we are adding information that this AI will need to write the biography, where we are adding the name, profession, achievements, education, interest, and tone that the user submitted in our form. So here, I'll click on back to Canvas so we can add a chat model. So for the chat model, I'm going to use OpenAI chat model right here. Here, you'll need to create a credential to connect OpenAI to N10. And over here, from your OpenAI API, add your API key right here to create a connection between your OpenAI and N10. Since I had already created my credential, I'm going to close it. And then here, I'm going to choose a model. I'm going to choose GPT 4.1 mini. And then here, I'll click on back to Canvas. Here, I'll rename this to Biography AI Agent. Then click on rename. Now to generate our biography using this node, I'll open it and click on execute step over here. Here, you can see that our node was executed successfully, and you can see that here it generated for us is incredible biography for us. Over here, this is awesome. Here, I'll click on back to Canvas. Now, the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to evaluate our biography to ensure that it has everything that we want in the biography. So to do that, we're going to first of all set a variable for our bio. So here, I'll search for the set a variable node, which is this one right here. And then here, we're going to drag our bio right here. Instead of output, we're going to call this bio. And here I'll execute step here. Now after our bio have been set over here, so here I'll rename this to set bio and click on rename. Now after we've set our bio, we can proceed to evaluate our bio. To do that, we're going to use an AI agent. So here in AI, I'm going to click on AI agent, and then here we're going to define below and add a prompt over here. The prompt could be in the lens of, you're an expert biography evaluator. Your job is to provide feedback on the biography. Here I'll add an option to add our system message. I'll click on expression and expand it right here. And then here we're going to add our biography that we'd like to evaluate, which is this one that we set right here. And then here we're adding our evaluation criteria. We were saying the biography must include a quote from the person. This can be their favorite saying, a personal mantra, or a piece of advice they often give. The quote should feel natural within the biography. The tone of the biography should be light and humorous, witty, playful, or clever without being unprofessional. The biography should not contain any emojis. And here we're also including a couple of instructions. We are telling the AI, carefully review the biography based on the criteria above. If all the conditions are met, simply respond with finish. If any criteria are not met, provide clear and concise feedback on what's missing or needs to be improved. Do not rewrite the biography, just point out what's wrong and why. And here, I'll click on back to canvas. Right here, we're going for the model, we're going to use ChatGPT. Here, yeah, I'll rename this to Evaluator AI Agent. And then click on rename. And now here, I'll open this node and execute step. That our node was executed successfully. Right here, we gave out this output right here. It was evaluated, and the AI noted that the biography does not include a quote from Jane, which is a required element according to the evaluation criteria. Additionally, the tone of the biography is inspiring and professional, but lacks light, humorous, witty, or clever style as specified. Lastly, there are no emojis, which aligns with the criteria. To meet all the requirements, please include natural quote from Jane Doe and infuse the text with light-hearted and witty tone without losing professionalism. Agent works perfectly, and it's evaluating our bio. So here, I'll click on back to canvas. Now here, if our output right here was finished, we'll proceed to add our bio to a Google Docs file. But if our bio came out with suggestions on what to include in our bio, we're going to regenerate the bio again. So to do that, here we'll add an if else node. So here, search for if and add it right here. And then here, if the output is equal to finished, right here, we're going to proceed to add it to a Google Docs file. But if it's false, like over here, you can see it's false now outputting finished. Rather, it's outputting suggestions to include in the bio. So here, when we execute the step, you can see the output is in the false branch. So we'll need to regenerate the prompt again so we can include all the information that our evaluator AI agent suggested for us. So here, we're going to regenerate the bio using an AI agent. So in AI, I'm going to click on AI agent. Here, we're going to define below and add a prompt for here for our agent. Here, the prompt could be on the lines of, you're an expert biography reviser. Here, we're going to add a system message. And here, I'll click on expression and expand it right here. And the prompt, the system message could be on the lines of, your job is to take the biography and optimize it based on the feedback. Output only the biography, no additional text or symbols. And here we're including our biography and our feedback. So the feedback is what we generated from our evaluator agent. The biography is what we set right here. And then here I'll click on back to canvas and add a brain to our agent. I'm going to use OpenAI right here. Yeah, I'll rename our agent to Optimizer AI agent. And then click on rename. And here, you can open our node and execute it here to regenerate our bio. We can see that our node was executed successfully, and now it generated for us this bio right here. It's regenerated for us our bio right here. Now the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to check if our bio we're going to evaluate if our new bio has included everything that we wanted using our evaluator AI agent. Here, I'm going to execute our workflow to generate our biography, evaluate it, and optimize it. So to do that, I just click on execute workflow right here. Here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. Here we successfully generated our biography right here. Then we said our bio right here using this node and evaluated it right here. So we evaluated it twice. The first time we get these suggestions right here. Include a natural quote from Jane and adjust the tone. Then on the second run, the output was finished right here. And then on our optimizer AI agent, here you can see we regenerated our bio right here and optimized it from the suggestion that we got from our evaluator AI agent. Then we set it right here, and then after we pass it through our evaluator AI agent, the output was finished, meaning that we included everything that our agent suggested using our optimizer AI agent. And now here you can see that our output is now finished and it's in the true branch over here. Now we can proceed to add our bio to a Google Docs file. So here I'll search for Google Docs, and here we're going to create a document first. Like you did with other nodes, you'll also need to create a credential right here by clicking on create a credential. Then from your Google API, add your client ID and client secret right here, and click on save to create your credential. Since I had already created my credential, I'm going to close this. And here we're going to add a title for our bio. So here we're going to add our name. Say it's Jane Doe's biography. Right here. And here click on execute step to here I'll execute previous nodes first. Now after creating our credential, here we're going to choose our drive name and our folder that we like to store our document. For the title, we're going to add our user's name over here. Let's say that it's their biography. Here click on execute step. I can see that our node was executed successfully over here. So now after we created our document, we can update this document. So I'll search for Google Docs again. Click on Google Docs, then here I'll update our document. The document ID here. So doc ID, I'm going to drag it right here. Now here we're going to add our bio that we set right here. So I'll add it right here. And there's a bio we're going to add to our document. So I'll click on execute step over here. Now here I'll click on back to canvas, and then here I'll rename this to biography, and then here I'll click on rename. Now after we added our biography right here, we can send the biography to ourselves via Gmail. So I'll search for Gmail, click on Gmail right here, and here I'll send a message. So I'll click on the send a message node. Here we can add our email right here, or you can add another element right here where you're collecting the email. And then after now you've generated the bio, you can send the biography to the user's email right here. And then for the email type, we're going to choose text. Here I'll add the subject line and the message. Subject line could be the lines of your custom biography is ready. And here we're going to add our message. So I'll click on expression and expand it right here to add our message. And then the body of our email could be on the lines of hi name. I'm excited to share that your custom written biography is ready. We've crafted it to reflect your personality, achievements, and story in a compelling and engaging way with a touch of light humor, just like you requested. You can view and download your biography using the link below. And here, including our Google Docs link over here with the unique ID of this document in our link. Then thanks again and enjoy sharing your story. Warm regards, our AI bot here. So here I'll rename this to send biography. Then here I'll click on rename right here. When I open this node and execute this step, you can see we're sending our email notification with our biography attached to the email. Let us test our workflow to see how it works. So here I'll unpin this data, and then here I'll click on execute to workflow to fill out our form so we can generate our bio, evaluate it, optimize it, and then send the bio to ourselves via email. Before we send ourselves the bio here, we're going to make one simple change. So on add options, I'm going to click on append anytime attribution and turn these two off. And here I'll click on back to canvas. Now to test our workflow, I'll click on execute workflow right here. And then here we're going to fill out our form with our data. We're going to add our name, profession, achievements, degree, some interest, and the tone that we like to use to generate our bio. And then here I'll click on submit. You can see that our form was submitted. You can see that our workflow was executed successfully. Here in this node, we successfully captured our name, profession, achievements, degree, interest, and the tone that we'd like to use to generate our biography. Then we waited a few seconds to generate our bio using our AI agent right here. Then after we generated the bio, we set the bio right here and evaluated the bio if it has everything that we wanted. You can see we ran twice over here. So first run, we needed to improve the biography by incorporating a natural quote from Jordan and adopt a lighter and more humorous tone while maintaining professionalism. And then we optimize the bio using this node right here. Wait regenerated for us our bio again. And then we set it over here. And then I'll evaluate the new bio and the new bio. And then here, when I open this node, you can see our output was finished. Then we went ahead and created a new document in Google Docs where we added our bio and sent ourselves the bio via email. When I open our Google Docs, we can see the incredible biography that our workflow generated for us over here. The bio for Jordan, it's including his education, achievements, skills, and it's written in our described tone over here. And this is the email notification that we're sending to Jordan that their bio has been generated. The link to the bio attached to the email over here. This is the bio that we're linking to this email over here. So we generated this incredible biography using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. So here we are capturing the submission and we are generating the biography using this AI agent. Then we're evaluating the biography using this evaluator AI agent. And we are optimizing the biography and regenerating again. And then evaluating the new biography using this evaluator AI agent. And if everything that we outlined in our feedback has been added in our new biography, it's outputting finished. Then we are creating a document in Google Docs, which we are adding our biography and sending the biography to our email. This is a biography that we generated using our workflow, and this is the email that we're using to send the biography right here, using the simple workflow that we created right here. Thank you for watching. If you have a workflow or an AI agent that you'd like for me to create using Anytime, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using Anytime. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.